Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you already subscribed, thank you very much for the support so far. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are new here, you are highly welcome. Kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell to get a notification whenever I upload a video. Today I'll be showing you step by step on how you can create this simple soft glam makeup look. So kindly follow the process. First, you are going to clean your face with your wipes just as I did at the beginning. And then if you have a hydrating primer, which is the spray, for mine I used Mario Badescu, that's the name of the product. But it doesn't matter if you have a hydrating toner, you just have to spray it on your face and then you let it dry and then go in with your moisturizer. You moisturize your face and then you go in with your primer. You spread that, you blend it into your face. After that, you go in with your foundation. Then you use your beauty blender to blend in your foundation into your face properly. Blend it well. And then you do not apply foundation under your eyes. That's the only part you're not going to apply the foundation on. So you're going to make sure the foundation is well blended. So after blending your foundation into your skin, you're going to go in with your concealer. You'd use a lighter shade of concealer that's like either 2 shades lighter than your foundation. Then you're going to apply it under your eyes on both sides. You're also going to apply the concealer on your chin and your nose, your forehead, and then you use your beauty blender to blend your concealer into your skin. You blend that properly. I know this is looking like a mess, but just trust the process. And then you go in with a light shade powder. Yes, a powder that is like 2 shades lighter than your skin, not your normal powder, a very light powder. You apply that all over the highlighted area. And you can see I also applied my blush on my cheekbone. You can see the color there, not quite much, but I applied blush. So I use lipstick for my blush because I don't have a blush, so I just improvise. Then after that, you are going to contour your face. So that is exactly what I'm doing there now. You are going to use a darker powder. If you have a liquid contour, you can use that, but for me, I don't have, so I'm using the darker powder in my palette. So you are going to contour. You start on your cheekbones and then you gradually blending that until you see that it's enough, and then you use the remaining product on your brush to go over your forehead. And And you're also going to contour your nose, but not a really dark shade of powder. Maybe a shade lighter than the one that you used on your cheekbones. Yes, you are going to contour your nose. You can see how I am doing it on both sides. And then after you have contoured your nose on the areas that you highlighted with your concealer, you are going to go in with a highlighting powder. That's the powder that has a very light shade. So you are going to go in just the way I did on the places that you applied your concealer. So after that, you are going to leave that to bake, and then you're not going to blend it immediately. And then you are going to take a brush or whatever you have to go over your eyebrows. What I'm doing there, I took some edge control, that normal edge control that is used for hair. So that's what I'm using to press down my eyebrows. So I'm going to do that on both brows, and then I'm going to go in with a light shade of powder. I'll use my beauty blender to get the powder, and then I'm going to place it on the brows on both sides. I do that because it makes the brows easier to draw. So right now I'm drawing my brows. You're going to use a pencil or whatever you use for your brows. So you see how I first draw a line at the top and on the bottom where your head, your eye, your brows begin, and you're going to draw the straight line under and a curving line on top, and then you're just using your eye pencil to fill in your head. So you are going to do that, make it very light and give some gaps so that it can look natural. So you will just do the same thing for both sides before you move ahead to conceal. And then you are going to use a lighter shade of concealer just like you did on your the part that you highlighted. You are going to use it to conceal your eyebrows. Yes, you use a lighter shade at the middle, then at the beginning where your eyelid began, you are going to use a shade that is a bit darker than the one you're using first. So you apply that on both sides of the eye. So after applying, you go in with a little brush to blend, a soft brush to blend the concealer into your skin under your eyes. And for the top of the brows, you are also going to use a brush to apply. You are going to use your foundation for that part, for the top of the brows. I'm so sorry, I thought I was filming, I didn't see that part, so it skipped. So I'm just explaining. You are also going to use your foundation to shaping the top of your eyes carefully. So after that, you go in with your primer, just as you saw the primer. You apply it on your eye before you go in with, and then you go in with your eyeshadows. For mine, I used a brown color, a light shade of brown color first. I'm going to I applied that on the eye, then blended, then I went in because I want a bit of popping color, so I used a red color, not really a sharp red, a dark red, and I mixed it with a brown color of eyeshadow, and then I'm just going to apply that on both eyes. So after applying that, you go ahead to line your eyes. That's me just applying my eyeliner. So the next thing we are going to do is to do our lips. So you are going to go in with a brown eye pencil, if that is what you have. But for me, I'm using this hair dye and Esther eyebrow pomade. It's supposed to be a eyebrow pomade, sorry. For me, I just love to use it on my lips. So I lined my lip with that, and I went in with a nude lipstick. Yes, you can see the video was becoming too long, so I have to fasten that place up. So I used a nude lipstick. So that's all for the lips. And then I'm now applying my dry blush, because I have a dry blush but I don't have a wet blush. So on the area I applied the other blush I told you I used a lipstick for, same area I'm applying the dry blush. I'm just going to go over that area, and then I'm going to use the powder that is the shade of my face. So I'm going to go over the whole of my face with the powder. Yes. So I'm just going to apply the powder all over my face. So I'm just going to go in with my finishing spray, that is Kiss Beauty products. I'm just going to spray that all over my face generously, and it's going to calm the whole look. Yes. After that, I decided to add bronzer. I applied bronzer. I applied it on the both side of my cheekbone, then I applied it on my chin, so the both side of my cheekbone, a bit above my cheekbone. So that's how I applied it. I used the excess product on my brush just to touch my forehead. And then now I'm also applying a little bronzer on my nose. Not much, you can see, you can tell from what you're seeing. So I applied lip gloss. Yes, I went in with lip gloss. Sorry, I had to fix my lashes off camera because the mirror that I'm holding, it's not bright enough, and I don't have the stuff that is used in fixing lashes, so I had to go close to the big mirror to fix my lashes. And this is the final look of my makeup, guys. Please rate me from 1 to 10. How did this makeup come out? Drop your honest opinion, please. Like this video, comment, and tell me what you think about this makeup. Don't just wash and skip, please. I'm going to beg you, don't just wash and skip. Comment on this video, give me your honest opinion. What do you think about this makeup? Are you going to try this on yourself? Thank you for watching.